Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, February 27th, 2024. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. We are in a 3-day narrow range right now. Slight pullback from the Friday highs, but continuing to maintain the overall uptrending structure that has been in place for the last 4 months now. This market continues to remain quite strong. You can see right here the 8-period average, the 21-period average continuing to rise. Every time we drop into that zone, it's been an opportunity for bulls to defend and return to new highs. This may be a cycle high that pulls us back just a hair. And if so, heading into next month especially, we could see prices stair-step and continue higher again until proven otherwise. We do have GDP coming up Wednesday prior to the RTH Open. This market could be more or less range bound here for 3 sessions heading into GDP Wednesday. So today could become a range bound day. If we do see some selling pressure here, we're going to see an inability for price to get beyond the previous session's midpoint of 50.92. That could open up an inverted checkmark day down, where we stretch a little bit lower toward the 50.56 level, 50.50, or perhaps even that previous week's midpoint of 50.40 that we mentioned yesterday morning. Any pullback again could still be an opportunity for bulls to defend it and keep this thing going higher until proven otherwise. If we take a look here at the NQ, very similar price action here, but more compression. You can see right there, very compressed price action inside day right now to yesterday's session at the moment. Also a 3-day narrow range. Now again, if there's a bit of failure here to really get going beyond Friday's midpoint here, there could be some downward push that takes us downward toward, say, 17,800. That might be a far off target here for the day, as this market's been averaging about 280 per day. But on a 5-day basis, we've dropped that a little bit here. Actually, 5-day basis dropping at the moment, but crossing over on today's session right now. So you are seeing falling volatility in the very near term as this market goes a bit sideways after the recent squeeze. Now, if we do pull back a bit, again, the previous month's midpoint is 17,760. 17,760, that's just shy of the 17.8 level. That could be a midpoint between these two extremes. Even if a pullback were to occur, again, looking for bulls to defend and rotate this thing back up for the most part. Now, heading into next month, Friday, we turn the page to March. That midpoint for the month there, that's going to be very, very important. A failure there could open up a return back toward previous lows of the month. Now, that really hasn't happened at all since we've had this uptrend, but that would still be the key to watch for in case of a broader pullback. Now, taking a look here at crude oil. Crude oil has been in a range that continues to develop. This is now day 12 inside this very clearly defined range. The previous session, we were looking for a failure at the previous week's low for a return back to the previous week's midpoint at 77.62. We got it. And the fact that we get that level also suggests that we could go up there and grab the previous week's high price, which is going to be right around the 78.90 level. Right now, hanging out right at the midpoint of the previous week's range. We're also hanging right at the middle of the developing 3-week range. And this is a really odd long-form compression right now, as this market continues to be kind of held down at these lower prices. Again, this is a period of the year where you tend to see a checkmark continuation up. March, you can tend to see a pullback, and then from the March low, you can rally into June. Again, this is an election year, so the attempt to keep prices low is there. But there's a lot of pent-up energy in here that's going to be hard to keep down right now, and this is a 12-day developing range that easily points to an 8-point breakout move, maybe even 10 handles. That's huge. And all we need is one massive breakthrough, the 79 level, to really open things up. So again, still range bound. Stuck at the center of the range right now, so really not a whole lot of edge, but there is a short-term upward flow towards 78.90. If we do reach the edge, it likely drops back down and we remain inside the range until proven otherwise, but building significant energy for a breakout move ahead. Gold, right now gold with a little bit of strength at the moment, but continuing to hang around the 2040s. The 2040 level right there continuing to provide a little bit of support at the moment. We have this range here that's developed. A bit of a key range, impulse move up and then back down. So you have a bit of a key range here and keeping prices stuck in this middle portion of the range. With an upward bias, again, there could be an opportunity to get up to the edge of 2080. We're stuck between the 2080 level and 2000, and again, the midline at 2040 continues to be a bit of a magnet at the moment with an upward bias, but not really likely to get a whole breakout move away from this zone just yet as it continues to chop around the middle of this range. This range right here is going to be very important. To break through the top of that range opens up the upside up ahead. Lastly, taking a look at the YM. Very compressed price action out of this one as well. 88 points of range right now heading into the RTH Open. A tiny little doji-like par right now. Very clear 3-day narrow range at the top of the recent rally. And while we could see a little bit of a pullback, again, bulls want to keep any pullback bid for a continuation up. We are outside of this monthly range for the first time. So testing prices back into the range again, bulls want to keep that rejected if this thing is going to continue to see expansion. Any failure to hold 38.8 could drop prices back down to 38K, and we could be stuck in the range yet again. So again, right now, very narrow price action here over a 3-day range basis. Could continue to be mostly range bound here as we await GDP prior to the RTH Open Wednesday. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this develops the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.